Alright, hi, this is Jake Wilson, and I'm going to do a small presentation on NoSQL. Alright, basically my environment is just Sublime Text 2 as my code editor. I'm using Node.js, and I have my Mongo database running on one prompt, and on the other I have my little Node.js folder open, and I have my project in there. I also had to run a couple dependencies like MongoDB. Actually, MongoDB is the only one that I had to run with this, but I'll include those files when I send it. But I'm going to go ahead and run it just to give you an overview of what happens at the end. It's going to print out, it's going to basically take a bunch of users, well just 3, put them into a database, and then print them out saying that they have some ID in the database and get sent out. So, alright, basically we got to require MongoDB. We're going to open up the client interface. Then we're going to use the database on 27017, which is the default port, and localhost is the default that it goes to, and that's what mine's running on. And then I have a little script in there, not really script, but a little piece of code right here that just says it got established, and it's nice to have because I originally had a couple issues with getting it to work because I'm using a Windows machine, and eventually I was going to switch over to Linux, but it eventually got it to work on here with a lot of YouTube videos. But when you create a collection, you then can populate it with users, and it's pretty easy. You just insert them into the database, and then we could do queries or anything like that on this group of users, which is really nice because you don't have to do any of that SQL stuff, and it's really straightforward and simple. And MongoDB on their docs has a lot of different ways to query. They also have a lot of different ways to insert users into databases, and I think I'm definitely going to leverage this into my Android project because it's substantially easier in my opinion than using SQLite or something, because I don't have as much experience as I'm sure somebody who's been doing that for 20 years does, where they don't want to change over to this. But I foresee probably the next generation of developers using NoSQL a lot more than the current one. Alright, and that's about it. The only thing that I would say about when a developer would use this is probably anytime they wanted to create something really quickly, or they wanted to eliminate a lot of SQL queries, they could just use a database like MongoDB hosted somewhere on some server, and they could write really nice apps, especially if they were using Node.js. I feel like they fit together really well, and it's become a common thing in industry to put them together. So I'm sure that it gets used all the time, and it'll only keep getting more and more popular. Alright, thank you.